Okay, we're live. Welcome back to Sacred Sundays with Kat and Steve. So we're just going to wait a few minutes and get some people to join, and we will go through our weekly tarot reading. How are you doing this week?
How was I? Sorry, say again.
How are you doing this week? Hello, Ashish.
Doing good. It was a really, really busy week. I had a lot of commitments, a lot of things I had to do this week. It was kind of a little more overscheduled myself a little bit. So, but my squirrel duty at the wildlife center is over for the spring, so that'll free up some time.
Okay, good.
What about
Good.
you?
A lot of events here, there. I took out my parents for their birthdays, and I'm just tired. I need like a month off of everything. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that.
Hello, Daniel. Thanks for joining. Okay, so we're just gonna again wait a few more minutes, and then maybe what we'll do is we'll do the disclaimer while we're waiting. So, Kat and myself, obviously, we read tarot, and we do not answer questions regarding legal, medical, or financial matters because there's people that are professionals in those areas, and we are for arts and entertainment purposes only. I love that disclaimer. All right. And maybe I'll let you go first, and you can describe to everyone who you are and what you do.
Sure. All right, everybody. It looks like we've just got a couple people on here. But for those of you watching the video later, my name is Kat. I'm with Well Earth Holistic, and I am a Reiki master, an animal Reiki master, and a permaculturist. So what that means is I cultivate life, and I try to do it mimicking nature's design. And I like to practice tarot because I think it's a really good exercise for your third eye. And I joined Steve on these lives. He was kind enough to invite me, and I really look forward to this every week. So we appreciate you joining.
Yay. And I'm Steve from Energy Healing with Steve. And obviously I do tarot. And I do energy healing in the form of with crystals, I should say, and as well as sound. Sound therapy with sound bowls and a few other instruments as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I have a feeling that because it's kind of nice outside, we're not getting a lot of people joining tonight. So we will, I think we'll just go ahead and we'll see what happens.
Sure.
And would you like to go first, or do you want me to go first?
Sure, I'll go first.
All right.
So no major arcana this week. So my reading is more just about sort of what looks like is going to happen and then how you might choose to react to it. So I'm seeing, for the collective, I'm seeing an opportunity to take a plan and put it to action. But in doing so, there may be, and again, a little bit of a financial warning here, but because we're not financial advisors, we can't really guide you on this. The cards are just telling me that. So I got a couple of aces, the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Wands, both upright. Okay, so the Ace of Swords talks about sort of your ambitions, your strategies, things that you want to put forward, plans. And when you've got an ace, it means it's a good time to put a plan to action.
Yep.
And the Wands is your actual initiative taking off. So these are both yang energy cards. It's about you're taking action. These are action cards. The other two aces are more yin, they're more receptive, but these are the cards of action. So it's a good time for action. We're in a new moon phase. It's always a good time for action in a new moon phase. So it's a great time for action if you've had a plan that you've been wanting to put forward and launch that initiative. Now's the time to do it. But we have the Four of Pentacles in reverse, which is usually, this card means it's a warning to just not spend any money. Like really just upright, it's saying, okay, you're being a little too tight fisted, but reverse, it's like, yeah, you probably don't want to spend too much. So, but again, we're not financial advisors, so we can't guide you on what to do. What I would recommend, if any of you out there are thinking of launching something this week or doing something this week, just maybe speak to a financial advisor. You know, you probably, if you're with a major bank, most major banks will let you speak with a financial advisor at no cost and just tell them what your plan is, what the project is, what kind of money or resources might be involved, and then let them guide you on the best way to use your money. You may be in a position, you may just have to do what you can do to get it off the ground without spending anything, like just all the prep work and laying the foundation. But it looks like it's not a good time to spend. But again, like I say, check with your financial advisor for more insight on that. So what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. You got the two aces, which are very positive. Like you mentioned, both of them are action oriented. You know, you've got one that's about intellect and new ideas, and the other one is also about new ideas, but in the form of creativity and passion. So combining those two, you're really getting, like the powerhouse of things that you want to build, right?
Yeah.
And then you've got the four in reverse. So, you can interpret that in a couple of ways. Like this idea could involve spending a lot of money, right? Because when the four is upside down, it could signify that you're spending a lot of money, maybe too much money beyond your means, right? So, and I think you kind of hit the nail on the head there by asking a financial advisor. So, I feel like this week is great for those ideas to pop out, but maybe not to start them just yet. Maybe, put them down on paper, make a note of them, and then research the financial needs.
Yeah, it could be that whatever it is you're planning is going to it's going to cost a lot more money than you had thought. Could be that too.
Yeah.
So just use caution when it comes to the resources and the finances, because the cards are saying proceed with caution.
Yeah, and it's interesting, Kat, because your cards go from like, the positive towards the cautious, right?
Yeah.
And my cards are kind of doing the same, even though they're completely different.
Yeah.
So the cards that I pulled for this week, I've got the Sun. So the Sun, as we know, it's a very, very positive card. It, if you're doing a yes and no reading, this is a yes card.
Yeah.
It is all about light. It's all about energy. It's about warmth. You could also consider it some will consider it as new beginnings as well. The other thing too, though, the Sun does have a side to it where, as we all know, if you are suntanning for too long, you can get burnt. So, you've got the positive and the not so positive side to the Sun, but in general, overall, it's a great card. Now, the next card that came forward was the Eight of Wands. So, and I really love the actual image on this one, because the Eight of Wands is signifying a lot of messages and news that are coming your way, usually very quickly. So, you can see this woman is doing her thing by pinning messages to the clothesline. It's a really cool image. So yeah, you might be getting some messages this week, either in the form of email, voicemail, somebody talking to you, and the messages based on the card that I'm pulling next might not be so positive in nature. So the next card that I've got is the Five of Cups. Okay. And the Five of Cups really is, the five is like the hump day. So you think of that as a Wednesday in tarot, right? It's kind of like that, oh my God, we got to get over this because it's just not feeling right. And it's also, it's showing here that there's three cups in front of this person that are spilled over, and you can see the waves coming out of the picture frame. But there's two cups at the back behind this person that are not tipped over, and they're floating upright. So this card at the end of the day is saying, you know what, you're focusing on the things, maybe, 3 out of the 5 are not so nice, and you're focusing on those. And sometimes you do need to focus on those to kind of get a grip and find out where you are in reality. But at the same time, you can't forget about those 2 in the background. And your focus is leaning towards too much of the negative side.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if I had to put all 3 cards together, kind of like yours, Kat, we're starting off in the positive area here with the sun. Somewhere along the lines, your week is starting great, but then it's going to kind of shift. You're going to get some messages, and messages are not positive in nature. And you're going to be looking at these messages, um, from I want to say the lower vibe side, the lower energy side, whereas opposed to the two of cups here that are still in the upright position, giving you the high vibe, all the positive vibes. So yes, don't forget to look at these 3, keep them in mind, but try to switch your focus. Okay. Although I think this week is going to be a little tough for people. So what do you think?
Yeah, I think the sun is the anchor for next week, definitely. And it's often interpreted as a success card. Whatever you choose to do in your endeavors this week is ordained by fate to succeed. And the 8 of Wands can also be interpreted as fast. Things are happening really, really quickly with your regard to your endeavors next week. And for some of you, the outcome, the 5 of Cups, 5s mean uncertainty and challenge. That's the 5s of all the suits mean. So something may come out of that activity that isn't maybe what you thought. And the 5 of Cups always, to me, of course, it depends on what other cards are around it, but it always, to me, feels like you're choosing your attitude around whatever it was that brought up that reaction in you. And a reminder that, choose wisely, because, it can affect things. So a lot of what's going to happen next week, both of our reads seem to say the outcome of next week is largely going to be up to how you proceed, how you react. And just a reminder that that's the only thing really you have control over. There's no such thing as a good event or a bad event, only your reaction to it. That's what makes it good or bad.
Yeah.
The event itself is neutral.
Yeah.
So it's a good reminder that sometimes it's a little bit, it gives you a little bit of freedom to know that whatever happens, you do get to choose your attitude around it.
Exactly. Well said. Okay. We'll be going on to the next portion. And I don't know if we have anyone in the live, Kat. This week is everybody must be out there and enjoying everything.
Yeah, I think so. Well, that's good.
In the event that I'm missing someone, is there anyone online that would like a reading?
Do you have anyone on YouTube, or is it just Insta?
No, it's on YouTube as well, but no.
Well, your computer.
Yeah, but I can still see the comments if there is one on YouTube.
Okay.
So nothing there. And Adam just joined. So hello, Adam. We're just at the part where we're doing the live readings for anyone. So if you do want one, let us know. If not, I think we're gonna.
Oh, Sammy just joined. Hey, Sammy.
All right, Sammy, we just finished our weekly tarot reading. We're at the part where we're doing live readings for the audience members. So if you would like a reading, let us know. Excuse me. I think I'm going to hit the bed early tonight.
And if you would like a reading, we just need to know your gender. We need to know your age, like whether or not you're over or under 30. We don't need a date of birth. And your astrological sign. And because I use that to determine the card to pull for you.
All right. We'll give it another minute. All right. Which deck are you using this week?
Well, I'm still using my usual deck. That's the Aquarian Tarot. It's like an Art Nouveau
Yeah.
deck by David Palladini. I do have another deck that I've it's been sitting, chilling on my shelf. I've just been doing it for my own readings, but I may pull it out again.
Okay.
And then, as you know, I'm making my own tarot deck. It's a fun little coloring book I bought where you can punch out the cards at the end, and they're really beautifully drawn. Like they mimic the Rider-Waite deck, but it's been drawn by a different hand.
Okay.
So I'm just having some fun with that. I'm probably gonna put a sealant on them when they're done, and I'm gonna probably start using them as well. But I don't have near the amount. How many decks do you have? You have like a dozen or something like that?
Oh, probably more than that. Yeah. Okay, so Sammy would like a reading. Female, over 30, and Capricorn. All right.
That's a Queen of Pentacles, Sammy. In case you're on another live and you want to just say, I'm a Queen of Pentacles, that works too. See what the cards have to say for Sammy.
Okay, I had two cards that went flying out.
Wow. Okay, why don't you start? I'm just about to pull here.
Okay, so Sammy, the first card I've got is the Two of Wands. That signifies that a decision needs to be made. And typically the two is saying, you know, the route or the decision you want to make. You kind of feel like you have the world in your hands, so to speak. So I'm not too sure what the decision really involves, but let's pull the next card, which is the Moon. So the Moon, Sammy, that's a major arcana card, and the Moon really is signifying illusions. So the decisions that you may be looking at making, I would almost hold off, because I feel like there's something that's not revealing itself just yet. And what this card is also saying is trust your instinct, trust your gut when it comes to this kind of stuff. Use your intuition as much as you can, because things are not appearing as they should. And Kat, what card did you pull?
So I've got the Eight of Cups in reverse. So if you're thinking of walking away from something, Sammy, maybe it isn't a good time to do that. Upright, the decision is when you've got the Eight of Cups upright, it means you've made a decision, you've lovingly built something, but now you're moving on because you recognize that it's time to move on, and you've put a lot of thought and planning into it. But when it's upside down, it's more ill-advised. You're leaving behind this carefully cultivated. Cups talks about feelings and relationships and emotions. So something that you're emotionally connected to, if you're thinking about leaving it, may not be a good time, especially with that Moon. And you've got the decision card. Like there's just, seems pretty clear to me what the cards are saying to Sammy. What do you think, Steve?
Yeah, I agree with you. So Sammy, if the decision that you're trying to make involves feelings and emotions, really hold off, right? Mm-hmm. I think there's things that maybe are not said, are not obvious.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But it might not necessarily just do with relationships. Okay. So just keep that in mind. Sammy, let us know if you're resonating with this right now. If there's somewhere along the lines in your life that is, you can say, oh yeah, there's a decision I need to make of some sort, and maybe I need to hold off because things are not as clear right now. So let us know if that makes any sense to you.
And if you need help with, like, if there is a decision and you're struggling, about making it. It's a perfect use case to set up a full read with Steve and just go through. He can do a full spread with you to just do a full on deep dive into the decision or into the issue. And the cards can give you advice and guidance on what you might do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as you know, Sammy, we're just pulling 1, 2, or 3 cards maybe, so that's not a lot of information, but
Yeah. It
it's enough.
resonates, though. She says it resonates. That's great.
Yeah, it's enough
That's
to
great.
scratch the surface, right?
Yeah.
So keep that in mind, Sammy.
Mhm.
All right. Let's see. Anyone else on the live that would like a reading, let us know.
You're welcome, Sam.
Welcome.
Anytime.
Hello, Anastasia. Thanks for joining. We're just doing the live tarot. So we just finished one reading. Let us know if you would like one. We will be more than happy to do a reading for you.
I'm not seeing Anastasia on my Instagram. Is she on YouTube? You're seeing her on Insta?
Insta. Yep.
I'm not seeing her.
Yeah.
Hope you're doing well, Anastasia. Long time no see.
Okay.
All right.
Look like we're doing any more. Okay, everybody. I think everybody's out today partying or something.
I think so.
So I think what we'll do is we'll close it off. What do you think, Kat?
Yeah, so we're gonna I don't know, maybe how do you want to do this? We have to do the draw again because we didn't hear back from the winner.
Yeah.
But we can't do it tonight because Steve's computer is not playing very nice.
No. It was about to fly off the balcony tonight.
Oh, really? So we could I guess we'll just next weekend though, I guess we'll do the draw for that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
All
So
right.
the three card read for me and Steve is still up for grabs for everybody who entered the draw. So
yeah,
luck to you. And have a good week, I guess.
Yes. All right. Bye, everybody.
Thanks, everybody. Bye for now.